What's up, guys? Erebus here, back with some more Dark Souls 3 content. Today's gonna be a little bit different, though. We're being a phantom, while occasionally being a host, but it's a co-op adventure. So this first clip here just forced a couple of invaders off the cliff, while my bros sat in the back gesturing. We do stuff like that a lot to avoid full-on ganking. Now this clip, I am just baiting this guy out because he's used Champion's Charge twice already, and he's only been in the world for like 30 seconds. So I go ahead and bait it out. I knew it was going to come, and it sure did. Went ahead and one-shotted him, which felt good. Most of these clips are from pretty early in my Dark Soulsing, as it were. So this character, for those who have stuck around through a few videos, this is the character that I'm taking to level 802. At this point, he was meta level. And there are, I think, some clips interspersed throughout where he's a bit over meta. I think he's like 160 or something like that. But just to give you a time frame, I guess, for how long ago some of these were taken. I apologize for using old footage, but I didn't want to get rid of it until I used it. And now's the only opportunity when I've been able to use it. So it is what it is. But a lot of these clips, I'm going to be using a lot of force. Just kind of starting out using it, kind of getting the hang of it. Same thing with parries. This is, like I said, pretty early. Now, this battle here is pretty fun. We got two Gundyrs. So me and my buddy Crisis here, who was along with me for quite a few of these adventures. We're going to 2v2 these Gundyrs, and it's pretty funny that, you know, on meta level you see so much Gundyr, because it weighs less than Havel's, pretty significantly less than Havel's, and it still has really good poise and absorption stats. So it's not that it's a bad choice, it's just that it's a choice that everybody goes for. Now there you see I whiffed a parry, because you can't parry the spike mace two-handed, but I didn't know that at that time. So like I said, noob. This is funny though. Talk about lag. Should go in my Lag Souls video, but this chap is taking no damage, none at all. So at first I thought he was hacking, but there it all caught up with him. And my buddy and I are just looking around like, what the actual shit just happened? Because the fight itself wasn't that laggy, just his damage was. So at any rate, after that, my buddy killed himself. I was going to go take a seat at the bonfire. I was actually going to try and reset because there was another guy that we were trying to bring in that wasn't getting summoned. But this chap came back, and this time he's got the Cestus out. I know he's going for parries. He tries to get me with the Barker Bomb bait, and even as a noob, I knew about the Barker Bomb bait, so that didn't work. But this one is just a lot of fun. It's just funny to me. But I was on my own at this point, getting hunted by two very into it Eldritches, and I blew them both off with one force, which was, I enjoyed it. So anyway, at this point we've got three, and the third, the gold bro here, is just kind of a random. He died instantly, so now we have a 2v2, which is fine. I prefer for the odds to be even anyway. So I had three total, you know, me and two pals, partially because the dried fingers were active, and partially because I wanted three invaders as well. Which turns out there was a third invader. They just got here late, and it's Artorias, except he's got a dark sword, because apparently Artorias uses dark swords now. But at any rate, so we're back to 2v2. I throw down my help me carving instead of healing, which probably should have gotten me killed, but didn't. And now it's just battle time. And the Eldritch gets the backstab on my buddy, but I take the opportunity to dispatch with the red, and then the Eldritch just gets staggered. There was no way he was getting out of that. And we give him the nice team point down. Now, I don't have earlier footage of this chap, but we did run into him before, and he black crystalled out. So I am looping the prayer gesture to mock him a little bit for black crystalling. He, on the other hand, is just spamming that quiet resolve. I guess he was resolved to beat us, although it didn't seem like it. There you see my buddy points down at him for his prior black crystal out. Now he actually comes down here, which he wouldn't do before. I give him a nice dung pie toss, just to let him know. And not even in seriousness. I mean, I don't know if this chap took it seriously or not, but boy, I sure didn't. At any rate, bit of a jump cut there because we were chasing him for a while. He was just running through the level, probably looking for enemies, but we'd already killed them by this point earlier on in our session. But now he's got a purple teammate, and you may have just seen a flash of an Aldrich. The Aldrich won't be here for a bit, but they're there. So now the red will fight. That was a weird lag thing, but at any rate, this purple lucked out because I was not in a place yet where I am now. Because where I'm at now, if I ever see that meme sword, it's getting parried. But I wasn't there at this juncture, so I'm just fighting him normally. And getting a bit of an edge walk here. The red has disengaged. I'm not sure why, but he did. In the amount of time he's standing around there, I'm able to get the purple down to danger zone health. Going for the straight sword finish. Don't get it. We both kind of heal up and more or less reset to 0. Right there, I feel like a bit robbed, but certainly outspaced with that L1 swinging underneath my R2 hitbox. Now here the Aldrich comes with the curved sword. Now that thing is going to give me no shortage of problems, because as I come to find out, he can interrupt my swings, and it's a lesson that takes me a couple times to learn. I try to start hitting the button a little early to get my hyper armor to kick in, but it takes me longer than it should to realize that I just can't trade with him with the amount of poise that I have, or in this case don't. But I did damage him enough to force him to back off, which allows me the opportunity to have the purple to myself for a second, get him taken down. Now after this, there's a ton of running, a whole lot of back and forth, so I cut a lot of that out. My buddy gets killed, and another Aldrich has showed up, and now it's 3v1. And I'm not liking these odds. This is before I started invading, and now it's like 3v1 is, it happens on a daily basis. But at this point, I wasn't there at all. So I take off, bring him over here. Red knows what's going on. I'm going for the force. I was going to return his gesture, but the mage came over and black flamed me, almost killed me. So I go for the force, which for some reason doesn't work because it looks like the roll was significantly after. But that's okay, because my secondary objective, if I couldn't force them, was just to have them on this narrow ledge, because I have a huge advantage in this space. This red, who, by the way, backstabbed me, I think 4 times during the chase down, the bit that was cut out. I think he got 4 backstabs. He just rolled off and died. But I thought of him specifically when choosing this area, because I knew that it would be a lot trickier for him to roll backstab me when I swung at him. So this thin space is a good spot for me. I almost died there again because of the force. I'm going to go ahead and applaud their use of it. They're not real excited about that. So I give them a couple swipes, a kick to stagger, and next hit still doesn't connect. So I'm going into chase down mode, and they just roll straight off. So I'm not sure exactly what the plan was there. Maybe just would rather die to gravity than to me. I don't know. Either way, the Aldrich is back, and he's coming hard. So I'm coming back over here. My buddy has told me he put his sign back down. So I'm waiting. This guy, I don't know if I can take him myself. And certainly if another, invader or two pops in, I'm not going to have any hope. So I'm going to go ahead and summon my buddy back and fight this guy in the meantime. Now I'm going to connect with him 1, 2 right there. Time to chase. He does not like that damage. So I let him run, but then he goes ahead and black crystals. So bye, I guess. Not really sure why he was even here if he didn't want to fight to the end, but we'll get back to him. Before that, we did get another Aldrich here who now has no teammates. I have no teammates, and we decided to have an honorable duel. Nice little 1v1 with no Estus and no backup. So I'm sure it was a nice change of pace for both of us after the misery that is Gank City. So there I'm able to R1 before his R2's done charging twice, and he's down. Now that Aldrich who had black crystalled out is going to come back, and I'm just going to go ahead and let the original audio play.
As soon as I started slapping him, he black crystalled out. Nah, he's just running. Run, Forrest, run.
That's fine, dude. I'll take that every day.
But now you have to pick up
disconnection.
Oh, what a fucking douche. Wow.
Yep. Giant gaping one.
I hope he comes back. He's getting pointed down at so hard.
It's so hard, man. Point down, his grandkids are going to remember that shit.
I just thought some of that was funny. Particularly the grandkids bit. It came out of nowhere and it tickled me at the time, and even in reviewing the footage it tickled me, so I thought I'd include it. At any rate, here we are with this chap. I go ahead and send him to the moon, and the Aldrich just comes right in from behind. And so now we got a nice little 2v2 again for a moment. Now I'm gonna go ahead and focus on this chap here while my buddy takes care of the red. Very poorly spaced that, and here comes the next Aldrich. And I don't know if it was lag or what. That hitbox seemed pretty absurd on the chase down there, but even if it hadn't happened at that point, it was going to happen. I was not going to get the opportunity to heal. This one's fun. There were actually 4 of us, for God's sakes. We were going to Walnair and got invaded. Guy wouldn't come off the bridge, which I don't blame him with 4 people. So I shot him off of it. This one is a lot of fun. So the Phantom with shield in both hands over here. She set up this elaborate little troll here. Not that elaborate, I guess, but she set up this troll. There's some presents on the ledge there. So we got invaded, and we want the invader to go get the presents. And I've appropriately got my thrall hood on, because he should always wear a thrall hood when trolling. It's my opinion anyway. So invader is a little bit sad. He has to try again, but he makes it. Yay! He didn't even jump off. Then the Phantom knocks him off. That was very well executed on her part. I'm glad I was there to see it. Wish it was my idea, but it's all good. This is a really short one. This red we had chased around for a long time. You see there the Aldrich isn't even moving anymore. He was not AFK. He'd been there and was just watching the events because it was so absurd. So I was pretty excited to finally get the jump attack. Here's a mini-me, very excited about their force. And I got him as soon as I could. Now, this is a bit different. I was co-oping in the ringed city with a couple buds of mine, and this guy showed up and takes 0 damage. You can hear one of my buddies in the background there saying, why does he take 0 damage? Nothing. Because he takes nothing. Now, if we were on PC, I would expect stuff like this to happen. You know, everybody, well, not everybody, but I mean, there's a lot of hackers on PC. So you expect to run into stuff like this every now and again. But we're all on PS4. I didn't even know you could hack on PS4, but clearly you can. So we messed with this guy for a while. It was kind of funny because even though he clearly has infinite stamina, infinite FP, and infinite HP, he's not that great. We're all still alive. So there's not a whole lot he can do. But we ended up going through pretty much the whole level with this guy, trying to force him off cliffs and shoot him off stuff, because, you know, gravity would still kill him. Eventually we got all the way to the church, and host buddy started the Spear of the Church fight just to get rid of him, because he couldn't kill us, but we couldn't kill him. So it was very frustrating, but at the same time really funny. Here's just a moment of a Spear of a Church fight. This is when I was starting to get a little bit more confident with parries. This guy's done a couple running attacks, so I'm pretty confident that he's going to do it again. And he did. So, just a step, I guess, in the evolution of me as a player. Going from just randomly hitting L2 to starting to watch patterns and react to them. It's, yeah, just a step on the journey, I guess. This is another one of those things, similar time. Just, I thought that was funny. I don't know if you could hear the ridiculous girl laughter in the background, but I thought that was pretty funny. So, and it's going to happen yet again with some of my same buddies. This was actually a recent one. Our host buddy actually broke his hand like a month ago, and so we were playing Escort Souls. He could play the game one-handed to an extent. He had a weapon in his left hand. He could swing. He could move around, but not a whole lot. So we were here protecting him, and just got a nice parry. Start going with the Quiet Resolve just to troll because it's fun. Now this last clip is kind of funny. Most of the battle's not that interesting, but some of it is. So this chap's enlisting the help of the wolves. He fought us a little bit before this, but not too much. My buddy that I've got backing me up, he's popped up a few times in this and other videos, but he's got an Astora Greatsword going. And so, I mean, that thing does pretty good damage. And this, we're on level 90, so this is his dark build. So he does good damage. But now, see, I back off to heal, and this guy just comes right in swinging. And so I'm taking note of that. I'm backing up to try to heal again, and he's not giving me an opening to do so. Until about now, the wolf cuts him off. So I heal, I know he's going to attack, so I go for the parry. And that's all she wrote. He also sent me some nice mail. I didn't include it here because it's like one line, just says nice random parry, but it was pretty funny nonetheless. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed.